Hi, welcome to the garden. Yep, it's still cold where I am. And so when I was looking through this wonderful book, it's called The Sacred Geometry A to Z Reference. I'll write a description of the author and stuff in the below. As a woman who was a PhD in comparative religions and did a lot of native religions and things, and she took all the different signs and symbols and the kind of sacred geometry that I use in my grids, and she puts them all together. So every once in a while, I'll go look through the book to get ideas about how things are balanced and how that if I don't think what I'm seeing is exactly right, I can always go back and find another culture, another way of looking at it. It's a very good reference. And today, as I was just flaking's the operative word, looking for a topic for today, I ran into snowflakes. And since that seems apropos to the situation in which I find my life, surrounded by them, snowflakes are hexagonal forms. That means they're six-sided. Among other things that are six-sided, honeycombs are six-sided. It's a very efficient form for holding things. All snowflakes, when I was growing up, they used to say, you'll never catch the same snowflake on your mitten. And I had lots of chances in Illinois as a child to look for snowflakes to see if any of them were the same. Never found any that were. And actually, there's some physics. There's a physics professor named Ken Librick, who's an expert on the physics of snowflakes. I tell you, there's a lid for every pot. And that's his subject. And he talks, if you really want to go look at it, look him up and see about his explanation as to why they're never the same. But they do all sort of form their path up. They get way, way up high. They start to freeze. As they freeze, they naturally freeze into ice crystals, and the ice crystals are six-sided. And then the ice crystals grow little arms, which they call sprouts. And they sprout arms, and off that arm, as they're drifting down, those little arms develop needles and columns and flat plates, and then the needles and columns and flat plates grow more little needles and columns and flat plates, but they're doing it all out on the six-sided form. And it's like a tree branching. It just branches out and out and out. And sometimes they'll even cluster together and make kind of snow fluffy things. I remember those. I also remember pure ice crystals. When you would drive around when I was a kid, you could hear them on the windshield. And those are normally just little six-sided pellets, the little flat things, but six-sided. So I thought, well, I wonder what crystals have a six-sided shape. And the crystals I came up with in a quick look in my crystal book and trying to find ones I could show you samples of. It's calcite quartz, which you know sometimes that's a perfect quartz point, is six-sided. This one's not perfect now because it got scrunched, but it has 6 points. It's a six-sided crystals. Quartz is, and that's a lovely piece of Smokey Quartz that was abused and broke the point. Not a good thing. Apatite, which is a dark blue stone, but all the apatites I have are tumbled, so they don't look anything like a hexagon. Tourmaline, and I do have some samples of tourmaline. And these are teeny tiny little bits of tourmaline. Tourmaline forms in the flumes of volcanoes, and I don't know if I can get it to look right. Yeah, you can sort of see the little striations up the side. Those are little six-sided columns that it's made up of. Maybe this one will work a little better. Yeah, you can see this one. It's six-sided columns, and it's what they consider a hexagonal crystal. Emeralds and rubies. If you've got any of those you want to send to me so I can show them for samples, you'll find my email below. We'll get in touch. Tourmaline, the one I showed you, emeralds, rubies, and kyanite. And the only kyanite I have that's sort of a decent size is this stuff, and this is all tumbled. This is ruby kyanite. It's a very pretty stone. It's got some really unusual colors in it. And like I said, calcite also is a hexagonal stone, but it doesn't hold the hexagonal form very well. And I have another, that's green calcite. I have some honey calcite, and you can kind of see that it's got faces and flat things, and it might, you know, if you look at it just the right way, turn out to be, you can find all 6 sides. But that's kind of how snowflakes go to crystals, and then how crystals we can find. Still busily working away on people's grids, and so my shows are going to be a little bit short this week. I promise I won't sing any more camp songs, although people liked it, but I don't know too many more of my old camp songs. So you're spared. If you have an idea for a show, someone wants me to research and find out about bloodstones, I have some really nice ones. I use them in my grids, so I am going to be doing a show on bloodstones. If you have a particular rock you're interested in, put it in the comments, and I will soup those up and put those shows together for you. Anyway, you have a good day. Stay warm wherever you are, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.